And we're live.
Hello, SHL. It's Adam and Rich,
Yeah.
and we're here for a little special edition Championship Week podcast, doing the old Championship Week. So yeah,
Yes,
I
here
think
we
what
are.
we're just gonna break down the conference finals and then the actual Challenge Cup finals. Yeah,
I do believe that is the plan, yes.
yeah. So I guess we could. I mean, does it matter to you which conference we start in?
Nah, man. Both of my teams got knocked out, so.
Yeah. Let's just top to bottom. We'll start with the West then, with the Winnipeg Jets and the Edmonton Blizzard. Um, Going into this, I had the Blizzard going all the way to the finals because it's an obvious choice. I think they're the best team in the league.
Did I do a playoff prediction this year? I don't remember.
Oh man, come on.
Listen, man, it's been real busy these last couple weeks.
But
I
yeah,
mean, Blizzard's a safe bet. The thing
yeah,
is, Winnipeg or Edmonton is a safe pick to go all the way.
for
They're
sure.
both super, super talented teams.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see any team in the West really.
Oh, absolutely.
'Cause I think they're all very good, and it's not like the East where you've got some more clear favorites and some yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm looking at Edmonton, looking at their roster right now. And I mean, yeah, they got, Teddy Cuddles and
it was it was stacked before they added a few guys.
yeah.
Was it during the season or was it
I think part
off season?
part
Might have
during
been
the
both.
season. It was a bit of both, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah, and they were already probably, if not the best, one of the probably top three best rosters in the league. And with the
absolutely.
additions and changes they made, I think they are, to me, not like by a big margin, but I think they are clearly the best overall roster in the league. The one weakness being, you could say, probably goaltending, but it's not really that big a deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that you say that to quote a hockey quote. I don't remember who said it or where it came from, but goaltending is 90% of hockey. Unless you don't have a good goaltender, then it's 100% of hockey.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's actually can be quite true in SDHS too. I think after a certain point, the goaltender doesn't really matter that much, but if you have a goalie that's bad enough, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
Um, but they don't. I don't think. What's his name? I forget his player's name. Tuck,
Yes, Tortuck.
not
Yes.
Tortuck. The other Tuck,
Oh
isn't
no,
it?
Tommy Tuck.
Tommy Tuck. That's the one. He's like, I don't know. Is he 1,000? He might be around 1,000 at this point. Anyway, um, and then
Yes, I believe he's. Yeah, I think he's
it was like
900s.
yeah, he's in the 900 to 1,000 range, somewhere in that area. So, um,
Oh,
but
pull
then
it
the
up.
Jets are also like they're a good roster. I think not quite the total roster that Edmonton is, but that top six is still really nasty for
Absolutely.
their forwards.
Volkova, Visser, Evans,
Yeah,
um,
it's like
Bears.
you basically got six like stars in your top six.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
You've got six people that would be a first liner on any team in the league as your
Yeah,
top six.
yeah. Well, the guy people forget about too, Kilrad. He's actually their third line center. So
Yes, you're right.
that's ultra legit too for your third line center.
No, Winnipeg
But
is probably the most offensively deep team in the league.
they're up there for
Probably.
sure. Edmonton might have more depth than them, but I think Winnipeg's got more like name recognition among the
Yes.
forwards.
That's fair.
Um,
They're certainly
so
the most star-studded roster in the league.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So I don't think it's a pretty even match. I think I would still favor Edmonton on the whole, especially after Edmonton beating the Calgary Dragons in 5 games.
Which was a shock
Yeah,
to me
mean,
at least.
it's a shock that it went 5 games. Not that they won, but like I would have said six, and I probably did say six in my prediction.
And
But
I should say I agree with you on that. The shock is not that Edmonton won, but that it was so short.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think it's the that well, it ended up being
It was
Winnipeg over Edmonton,
yeah,
4-2.
4-2 series, yeah.
Yeah, which I think that kind of series could go either way. It's
Absolutely.
a little bit of a surprise, but not like I don't know, not astounding, not shocking.
Yeah, no, it like we've said, the West. If any two teams were going to come out of the West, it was going to be Winnipeg and Edmonton. And then you throw the two of them in a series together, and it really is a fairly even matchup.
Yeah, yeah,
So either one of them is going to come out on top. It shouldn't be a surprise if either one of them wins. And 6 games is about where I would expect it to go, 6 or 7.
yeah. It was kind of crazy that Winnipeg jumped out with like 3 consecutive wins to start the series off.
Yes.
That was a little surprising because I would have thought it would have gone the other way, if anything. Edmonton jumps out to an early
Yeah,
lead, but
I
yeah,
was expecting a 2-1 after 3,
yeah,
probably in favor of Winnipeg, but you know,
yeah. So that was
that's the
not
one. You know,
an upset technically, but not like
not
I don't
really.
know. Yeah,
Yeah. But purely by statistics, it's an upset, but not really
yeah,
considering how
yeah. Right, right.
the parity in the West is the way it is.
Yeah, yeah. It's very, very, very tight. So, the East though, a little different story.
Shocking that it took that long, but
Yeah,
West Kendall over Minnesota in a 4-3 series
yeah,
win.
and you're basically looking at a team that I think is a favorite to be in the finals
Yeah, in West
versus
Kendall,
a team
absolutely.
who maybe even doesn't necessarily look like they belong in the playoffs based on regular season performance.
No, Minnesota was going on a miracle run here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 2 7-game series. If they had pulled off this one, that would have been nuts.
Yeah, no, this was Minnesota going for a miracle run, and unfortunately,
Mm,
West Kendall is just. I mean, maybe, and I don't like I shouldn't say I don't like making sweeping statements because I love making sweeping statements. West Kendall's probably the most well-rounded team in the league.
to me they're basically the Edmonton of the East. They're not as good as Edmonton, I don't think, on the whole, but they're the East's version of Edmonton. They're to me clearly the best team in the conference. Complete, very real complete team. Um, yeah, I don't really have. There's not. They don't have a lot of weakness. So, and I think they probably would have been a favorite to win the East in predictions as well. I'm pretty sure I had them first. I don't remember, but yeah. And then as far as being the East representative in the finals, for sure, I think they were a fairly easy choice.
Um, yeah, I mean it should be no that the surprise of the Minnesota West Kendall series should be that it took 7 games.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but Minnesota fought like hell, and it's the playoffs, man. Anything can happen.
Yeah, yeah. They they did as much as they could, I think, given their limitations. They've still got some high end forward talent. On defense, they're quite depleted. Goaltending, Primo is good enough, but with that kind of defense, it's risky to rely on Primo with their kind of defense. So yeah, I think they did as much as they could with what they have, and I think it's kind of they sent out Garbanzo as best they could given their situation, right? I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
would think of it that way.
you couldn't expect them to win the Challenge Cup. It would have been amazing, but their roster is just really they sold, they sold off players. So they weren't trying to make a playoff run. So this is as much as you could expect from them, I think.
Yeah, they did what they were going to do, you know.
Mhm. So yeah, that puts our finals matchup as Winnipeg and West Kendall.
Which
Which
isn't a surprise, honestly.
was this the matchup a few seasons back?
Yes, this was S42.
2, was it? Was it 1?
No, S41 was my cup, and we played LA.
Oof, I can't remember.
We played LA in my cup.
Was it LA? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I don't know. It's a real close. To me, it's similar to the matchup they had in the East for Winnipeg and Edmonton. Pretty evenly matched teams. It's kind of a similar situation where they're facing a very balanced team. I don't know. I would probably pick West Kendall as the favorite, just because I think top to bottom their roster is better. The only thing this is similar to, I think, maybe to the Edmonton matchup, is that the only thing I think Winnipeg has over West Kendall is the offensive firepower. I don't think they have quite as much or quite as good of depth. I'd maybe have to look on that. I might be wrong on that, but my gut says West Kendall has better forward depth, but I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe not. Sorry, I'm just taking a peek at their rosters here. Maybe it looks pretty close, actually. Maybe Winnipeg has a very, very slight edge with like a Riva Bene for forward depth. Um, but it's super close. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see any like real clear favorite when I'm just looking at the rosters.
Yeah, I mean, and it's tough to pick that right off the bat too. Since no games have been simmed publicly yet.
Well, there are two play-by-plays done.
Are they? I haven't seen them. What's the
Yes.
series score?
It's tied up 1-1.
Oh, it's 1-1. Okay, so that
Yep.
puts me at the exact same position I was, which was it's hard to tell if
Yeah.
there's no clear leader
Yeah.
right now.
And I think both. Let's see. The first game ended. Oh boy. I want to say the first game Winnipeg won by 2, and the second game West Kendall won by 3. I think. I just looked at that game 2, so because I didn't know I was actually checking game 3's thread because it hasn't started yet to see if they posted the series record, but they did not. So I checked out game 2 and saw they won by West Kendall won by 3, and yeah, Winnipeg won by. Pretty sure it's 2. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they score again fairly late. Yeah, 2 goals. So it's I think anybody's series. There's no way to I think make any kind of prediction based off that.
Right.
I think if I'm picking West Kendall.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to pick Winnipeg because I got friends on the team I'd like to see win a cup, but I can say the same about West Kendall. So
it's so close.
I don't really have a particular favorite for this. Much as I'd like to say I do, I don't.
Dang. Yeah. Oh man, just looking at their rosters, it's like crazy. Their rosters not exactly mirror each other, but they're very similar. Very similar. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. I can't. I can flip a coin. I don't know.
It really, this is a coin flip matchup, honestly.
Yeah.
There's no real way to say whether one is inherently better than the other. Which is shitty, but what are you gonna do, right?
I mean, I guess that makes it exciting.
Yes, absolutely.
Because yeah, anybody, it's anybody. It's not like Minnesota against Winnipeg, which would. I mean, certainly you can't count an underdog out, but you go into it with the expectation that okay, well, Minnesota's probably going to lose. It's a little less interesting, right? So at least with this kind of matchup, we get a bit of excitement.
Yeah, it's even.
It could go anyway.
There's nothing more fun than watching two teams who are very good at what they do duke it out with each other.
Yeah, for sure. You got a favorite for playoff MVP at this point?
I don't know, man. Let me look at this. Let me look at the individual leaders. Wow, it's all Minnesota, and they got knocked out. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, man. How's Bojo doing?
Bojo's all right. He's at 916 for his save percentage. It's pretty decent. 2 shutouts, which is fairly impressive.
It's better than.
I don't know if it's playoff MVP or not.
I would say
good, but
if Zumbayev keeps up the play and picks it up even more.
Oh, he's at 927. I forgot about him. I was like,
if Zumbayev keeps up this pace of play, he'd be a good pick for it.
Yeah, that's not bad. 926 is pretty
926 and a 234 goals against. If he lowers that in this series, and maybe bumps that save percentage up a bit, I could see him walking away with an easy MVP.
Yeah. There's no, I guess not a ton of guys with there's no standout in terms of game-winning goals. So there's nothing really there. I don't know. As far as skaters go, maybe Forsberg, maybe Wilson. I don't know. Volkova is pretty good as well. I don't know. None of them wow me.
There's no one who stands out.
Yeah, I mean Wilson does have 18 points in 12 games, which is really good. But I don't know does he have any game-winning goals? Which is, I mean, I guess it's not the be-all end-all, obviously, but it's. Let's see, Trevor Wilson. Trevor Wilson. He's got 1 game winner. It's pretty good. I don't know. Wilson, I think, would be an okay choice as well as far as skaters go. I don't know if there's any others that look amazing though.
Yeah, no. The big problem is, and it's not really a problem. It's actually quite a good thing that no one really stands out. Even scoring is good for a team,
right?
But it does make making a playoff MVP difficult.
Yeah, that's I guess what you'd expect the teams with rosters like this though. That everyone's going to chip in a good amount, but nobody's going to be like the guy, right? Yeah. Did we hit 8 minutes? I feel like we probably did.
We're definitely over 8 minutes.
Yeah.
We're at 15 minutes. We're definitely
Okay.
we're good.
Okay. All right. I have no sense of time. I live in a world where time doesn't exist, so we can call it there, I guess.
Sure, man. I don't have anything else to add. Go
Yeah.
go Winnipeg, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got
no,
I want a Canadian Cup.
go. I guess you know what? I'm cheering for Winnipeg too, just
Hell
because
yeah.
West Kendall doesn't need to win another one.
You're right, they don't. I would be like, God, 3 and 4 is too many.
Yeah, I mean Bojo talks enough as it is, so
It's true. I don't need him bragging about that further. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening, Izzy, because I'm sure that you did. And I don't think anybody else did, but thank you,
Oh, come
Izzy.
on. I bet Luke will.
Luke will if I tell him.
I was
Not
gonna
if
listen to
it's
a couple of
buried.
them earlier today, but then I realized, oh, I have anything else to do.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks for listening, Iz. I hope this was enjoyable. No podcast this coming week. I might do one with ML, but I haven't decided yet.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. But in a couple weeks we'll be back in regular form. So
Yep.
if you made it this far, thanks for listening. I'm Adam.
Mhm.
This is Rich,
Good.
and we'll see you in a couple of weeks for a number to cast.
Bye.